Hey guys, Kay here. Today we're playing The Solitary Existence of a Little Universe. We are some man who woke up in a barren wasteland, and we're going to encounter a little girl, so let's wander. A hacking cough, breaking a deep breath, opens your eyes. You become aware. In front of you there's nothing, only darkness. You decide to stand up and walk. The feet feel a soft ground into which they can sink with ease. Now that you are about to take your first steps, you remember something. No, it is not a remembrance. It is a sensation. The feeling of futility in moving those steps. You just want to let the darkness swallow you up and disappear into nothingness, but something urges you on. A purposefully grafted in command. An illusion that leads you to believe that something as insignificant as your conscience must be preserved at all costs. You would like to get rid of it and be still in this nothingness, but this commandment prevents you from doing so. Your hand touches something. It is a smooth, cold surface. You turn towards it. You see something in front of you. It looks like the shadow of a tall, emaciated figure, of a specter near the end. It is your own reflection. Beauty is a blessing to many, but to you it seems to have brought only despair and sorrow. Suddenly, you sense a feeling of weariness weighing down your body. Whether it was those few steps or the vision of what you've become, you feel you have to slump to the ground. You lean against the wall you previously had in front of you, and as you curl up you realize you are resting on sand. The darkness has become less deep. Now you can see better what is in front of you. A lonely desert without end. And above it, the starry sky illuminates the night firmament with a pale indigo light. An unusual warmth fills your body as if this vision is returning something essential to you. Have you seen all this before? You don't remember, as you don't recall anything about yourself. As your eyelids become heavy, you feel that you are losing consciousness. The inevitable. Has it finally come? Okay, let's begin. No. This is not the end. It seems like you are still here. You wonder how a being like you manages to drag himself so far ahead. To persist one step after another toward a meaningless existence. But something has changed. It's not you. It's about something else. You are not alone. It's daytime. You're unsure if you've ever seen such a bright light for as long as you can remember. A little being is gazing at you with interest. What does it want from you? Why won't it leave you alone? you clear your throat to speak. Who are you? I don't know. The little creature does not seem at all frightened by your presence. You don't know? Do you know who I am? You lazily raise your head and peer down at it to get a better look. Now that you look more carefully, you notice that it is a little girl. She's wearing rags unsuitable for her size. She probably must have found them somewhere in the desert. You look like a little girl to me. She squints her eyes in concentration, as if to reorganize the thoughts within herself. After a while, she looks at you and smiles. She has a happy expression. Thank you. You are very tall. The tone is not that of a simple acknowledgement. She seems to have stated it as a compliment. Suddenly, an image pops up in your mind, but you can't quite put it in context. Like when you see something in a dream. It is a city, and above it, a dark fortress with decrepit walls and jagged roofs. You don't know or remember the name of that place. You just know that there's only one way to refer to it. The castle. Are you heading to the castle? The question comes out of your mouth almost mechanically, as if someone has decided for you. I don't know. Your interlocutor's answer is immediate and simple. Are you going there? No. But it is not the truth. I don't know. You don't know? The child monkeys the tone of your voice, perhaps to play an innocent joke on you. You look hollowly at the sand around you. Yeah. I don't even know why I'm here. Why I should move. Why I should go towards any direction. And I don't even care. I really like the color of the veil that is covering your body. She does not seem to have given much thought to your words. What's the name of it? You raise your arm to observe the rags that were once your robes. Emerald. You answer without much fanfare. Once again, the little girl closes her eyes, as if she were imprinting your words inside her. Thank you. Her smile seems even warmer than the last one. You have been very kind to me, but I just can't sit still and have to keep going. I will seek the castle. During the day when the sand is not of my favorite color, I will try to remember the beauty of the pigment that you wear to give me courage and remember you. The child goes away. Even if you met another living being, you didn't care much about it. You just want to forget about it and return to your eternal present. The eyelids become heavy again. Confusing images of an ancestral past assail you. A past that you never lived, that seems to belong to you. Connections are made in your mind. Bonds you cannot understand. Knowledge you didn't know you had. Something has awakened in you. A new undefined awareness. You wake up in a daze. In front of you is the little being from before. You have your hand outstretched toward her, as if you tried to grab her in your sleep, The child seems more intrigued than frightened by your gesture. The castle. The first thing you remembered when you met the child was its image. Its oppressive shadow. You are inexplicably enthralled by it. It's calling you. May it be the cause of your unfortunate fate, or rather, the very cause of your existence? There's no other way to find out, except by venturing inside it. The child. You observe her thoughtfully. Was it she who triggered within you the visions you just had? To awaken in you those memories? All of this cannot be the result of chance. You know that if you don't want to lose yourself again and wander in this desert, you have to take her with you. You have to take her to the castle. Perhaps she will be the means through which you will be able to, finally, disappear from the world. You saw them too in your visions. Those who haunt the castle. If you let her go alone, they will take her. This is what is bound to happen. You tear a cloth from your cloak and wrap it around the child. The inhabitants of the castle look resentfully at anyone who has something they lack. Even at night, you can see through the windows their bony faces, peering with envy at what they can't have. Maybe I'd better accompany you. The words you speak are more of a warning to yourself than a warning to your new partner. And I didn't even tell you which direction you should go, child. The hazy, fragmented memories guide your steps and those of the child across the desert dunes. After a day of walking, you arrive in front of what appears to be the entrance to an ancient structure. You don't know if there's another way to continue, but walking through the ruin is the only way you know. However, you have no memory of what you might find. Stone engravings. A skeletal figure was carved in the center of the monolith. The size is larger than the others, perhaps to emphasize its importance. The area where the head was previously supposed to be depicted was destroyed. However, some detail can still be discerned on the chest. These are lines and glyphs placed in a precise pattern, seemingly indicating a ritual. Concealed cryptograms. The child approaches the monolith. Her small fingers feel the carvings in the stone, almost as if she were deciphering their meaning. Seeking prosperity, we found desert. Seeking hope, we found despair. Seeking eternity, we found oblivion. Word cogs imprison us. What do these words mean? She's asking you, but even you have no idea. Press the cavities. You try to push some of the cryptograms, but after a few seconds they return to their position. There must be a combination you don't know. Let's ask the child for help. Without ado, your partner approaches the metal skeleton. She doesn't seem at all afraid of the grotesque figure in front of her. These symbols resonate in my mind like those of the great stone. The child affixes her hands to the ribcage. After a while, the skeletal figure makes a hissing sound, and under the chest, a slit opens up. It is too small for you to insert your hand into, but the child may be able to. Let's ask the child to take what is inside. She nods, but seems a little reluctant. She looks at you with uncertain eyes. The words engraved on the chest of this being speak of a cage, in which eternity has been imprisoned. She turns her gaze toward the metal skeleton. Your partner bends down and slips an arm through the crack. You hear mechanical noises, like pipes coming loose. Look, kind fellow. The child shows you what would appear to be an organic mass, disfigured and deformed by the mechanical grafts that cling to it. It still pulses faintly. It's so feeble and fragile. It would take so little to destroy it, yet its longing is to keep beating. I wonder what impels it to do so, despite its ephemeral condition. She looks at that grotesque pile of flesh with delight and curiosity, as if she had found a treasure. I will take it with me. The child took the heart of the machine. Okay, let's exit. And resume. Do you want to enter the dungeon? Yes. Okay, we have a lot of different directions. Inside the capsule, there's a body floating in a clear, murky liquid. The shell is damaged, as if someone had hit it with something. Compared to the others, the imprisoned figure appears to have undergone extensive operations, and its metal exoskeleton appears to have been partially removed. On the side of the capsule, you notice a small screen. You can type letters in numbers. Let's do nothing for now. Are all of these figures different? It appears we can only interact with one, basically. The console is still active. Judging from the corrupted information on the screen, though, it must have been damaged. It seems to be possible to interact with it by touching the screen. Not sure what any of this means. Okay. Data log 1, case synaptic disruption, cerebral overload, unknown cause, phenomena of self-harm, uncontrollable crisis, irreversible dementia, synchronization failed, marked for termination. Okay, so I guess each of these data logs might refer to each of the exoskeletons. Data log 2, mechanical components rejected, catastrophic deterioration, deactivation of pain impossible, unknown cause, synchronization failed. Okay, so 1 and 2 are marked for termination. Nervous system infection, form of contamination unknown, quarantine impossible, proven systemic risk, synchronization failed, marked for termination, high priority. Data log 4, memory corruption, failed relocation, impossible defragmentation, dissociation, and hallucination, causes erratic behavior, synchronization failed, marked for termination. I'm assuming we're one of these exoskeletons. We kind of look bony, and I'm assuming we might be like one of the failed experiments that got out of the lab. This girl seems like she knows what's going on. She might be the shepherd of this whole operation. On the wall are the remains of an inanimate automaton. Above it, you see a skull hanging, connected to cables that disappear into the darkness of the ceiling. The two pieces do not appear to be part of the same body, but have been artificially put together to compose something new. Looking at it more closely, the skull does not appear to be natural, but also the result of industrial production. Suddenly, its eyes light up. Sounds come out from behind it. The skull seems to come to life. Error Proxy Speaker 1. Initializing interface protocol error Sphinx 3919V148. The flesh grows and dies. The flesh is a mistake. The flesh is a mistake. Okay. Injection unknown. I can't think of this right now. I'm kind of blanking out. Forced overwrite of interface protocol. Memory defragmentation, also known as Sphinx. Still here? The flesh grows and dies. It is a gift. A gift we love. A gift that will perish. A lone craftsman, the last of his kind, created a perfect automaton. It could be the little girl for all I know. Not only could it speak and move, but it could feel pain, fear, and desire. However, the automaton began to suffer, tormented by the awareness of the emptiness of its own existence. Oh wait, that might be us. It was born by chance, at the whim of its creator. Free me from this prison of iron, it pleaded. The creator had to make a choice. Turn off the automaton, ending its suffering, but destroying a unique creature. Let it live, allowing it to search for its own meaning despite the pain. Alter its mind, erasing its emotions and reducing it to a mere machine. What should the craftsman do? I mean, based on what happened, we can say let it live. If we're assuming that that might be us, we'll let it live. A brave and valiant warrior had sworn eternal loyalty to the city that had raised him. For years he fought for it, sacrificing everything in its name. One day, he discovered a secret wing deep within the fortress. To his horror, he saw chained prisoners, monstrous experiments, deformed beings that were once people. The city he had sworn to protect fed on the suffering of others. The warrior knew that to betray the oath was to become an enemy of his own home. To remain faithful, however, meant ignoring the horror. The warrior was faced with a choice. Stay faithful, turning away from the horror and continuing to serve. Rise up and destroy the corrupt heart of the city, exterminating those who raised him. Flee and take the secret with him, but leave the evil undisturbed. Stay faithful, rebel, run away, or go away. I want to say based on the story, it's either rebel or run away, but I think running away was the choice that they made, so let's stick to that. A wandering traveler, hungry and weary, found himself at a fork in the desert. To the right, a village, with friendly people and a safe haven. To the left, an ancient ruin which gave off a golden glow. It was said to be cursed, but within lay treasures and provisions in abundance. The wandering traveler had to choose. Go to the village, relying on the kindness of others, without knowing whether they would welcome or reject him. Explore the ruin, risking the curse to gain riches and survive. Continue without stopping, accepting hunger and pain to reach a more distant goal. Okay, so in the story, we can say that they went to the village for help, potentially, explore the ruins, or continue without stopping. Let's explore the ruins. It is done. Does wisdom mean hesitation? If you seek security, know that it exists only in the past, never in the future. The flesh calls. Energy relocation from Ara Sphinx 3919V148 to Ara Gateway BS2. You hear machinery activating somewhere else in the basement. Its eyes have gone out. The skull has returned to being a simple inanimate object. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so we went to these two places. Let's go to the ancient gate and have a look. The ancient gate is closed. It is too heavy to be moved. Okay, let's go right. The machine is off. There appears to be no power. Let's go back to the basement. I would assume one of these are alive. Let's have a look again. Okay, I tried all of the case numbers from the data logs and none of them seem to be working. I think this might be the end of the demo. It has a really nice artistic style and aesthetic to it. Yeah, I really enjoyed how mysterious everything is. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Link to the game will be in the description. Other than that, take it easy.